5,000, and we didn't quite catch that one. So this one we have to pay for instead of a federal grant. So
Can we get a few move out for a week or so?
can we what?
Get a few move out for a week or so, and then we'd be under?
Yeah, but the special census count would cost more than what the project would.
Yeah, I think so. So you want me to ask a couple of thousand people to leave for a while? No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm trying to grow the town, not make it less.
I might just talk to, I believe his name is Dan Jordan over at Jordan Nursery in Cedar Falls. And I was over there several weeks ago asking him what they've been doing to treat the ash borer. And he said that, years ago when the elm trees went out, they actually contracted maybe with the city of Waterloo on the elm tree problem. And he said one of the things you need to do is to do an inventory like this. And then what they recommended is you also inventory by size. And
Right.
you take out the smallest trees first so that you get some growth before the bigger ones have to come down. So I think this is a very good idea on your part.
Well, because he'd made comment about they do a value for the tree, because if you have a tree that's in a location that it serves a purpose of it, whether it's keeping from any erosion or there's doing certain things that tree's doing, then it has a bigger value, so you would maybe consider doing treatment to it rather than just cutting it down, those type of things. So his inventory will help us with all that type of information so we can be making informed choices as to what we're going to do for future. Because if you treat them, he and I also talked to another gentleman that does this for a living, and so what we're asking Richard to do is strictly giving us this inventory of all of the trees in Independence. But I gather there's some treatments that they can do where they do injections to the tree. This sounds weird to me. And it has to be done every 2 years, so we might have to have a program where we do 10 trees, and then the next year do 10 more, and the following year we'd do 10 more, plus we'd have to redo the first 10, that type of form. But at least it gives us information that we can budget for, that type of thing. So this is like the first step of trying to become proactive rather than reactive to the emerald ash borer. But Richard did make comment that this is not something that's an emergency, that we have to start cutting trees down tomorrow or that type of thing. But this is our first step for us to get more information and become proactive on it. So if it
I think we should go ahead with it because get a step up on it.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's my feeling.
So unless anybody's against it, I'm going to have him on the agenda to speak to us and give us more information next time. Okay? Thank you. Unless there's anything else, next on my agenda is reports. And I think we started with council last time, or did we start with employees? We'll start with Doug, just for the fun of it.
Well, I got a couple of questions today. I'm sure I'll get some more tomorrow, so my suggestion, since Steve is not here anymore, is when it comes to these ordinances on here, nobody knows what you're doing. They ask me, and I have no idea what you're doing. And they can come in and find out if you've got a part down here you're taking out, they can come out and actually read the ordinance and see what that part is. But then when you add something, how do they know what you're adding? Nobody knows what you're adding.
As far as the ordinance itself, or what do you mean?
Nobody in the public gets that other than you people around this. The only people knows what's going on with those ordinances.
You mean I read all that and nobody understands it?
But I mean, I get questions because nobody, we don't have a council packet up here anymore that we can look at and say, well, this is what they're trying to do, because there's nothing for anybody to know.
I think the ordinances are on the website, aren't they?
Don't you have a
Okay.
copy of the
Not,
ordinances?
once they're adopted, they're on the website.
Yeah.
So you're adding something to the ordinance, or
Oh.
not. We
Oh.
don't know, nobody knows what you're adding to that ordinance.
The publication notice is published in the paper, and as part of that notice, it is stated in there, if they want further information to come to City Hall, that's where they can see what is being added or revised or amended or deleted. So it's in part of the publication requirements. If they want further information,
But I mean, I don't know why we can't have something that's printed out on what you're trying to do with these ordinances. I'd like to know myself what you're trying to do.
we do, it's published on the door. We publish it here, the ordinance
This is
itself.
what you stick on the door, right there.
No, the actual ordinance is posted on the door well in advance. At the time it's published, it's posted on the door.
Is it on the door now?
I'm not sure, it should be.
Go Don't check the door.
If it's not there, it's on our bulletin board out front, Doug. So, yeah, we do post those ordinances prior. The date they're published, we post the ordinance itself, the full ordinance.
Okay.
Thing on the door is your agenda.
The other one's not on there anymore? Because it was on there earlier.
I can't, right now, it's not, the only thing it's on there is the agenda.
Okay.
Is there any
I
way to,
get, you know, I had people asking me today, so they're coming by and looking at the door and there's nothing there, so.
Okay.
not-
Because some of these that we're withholding, it kind of specifies what it is because it's, you know, for events going on, we have to make it so that we adjust the ordinance so that they can actually put non-parking signs up, that type of thing. So those things I think people mostly understand. You agree with that? But just when we put an addition to it, they don't know what we're adding to the ordinance? Is that what they're asking you?
Well, yeah, they want to know, you know, basically what they're taking out, because a lot of people don't want to come in and look at the ordinance book, and then what are you adding to the ordinance? I mean, you know, and I get those questions, because they think I
Send 'em
ought
to me.
know,
I
and
like
and
questions.
I have no idea what's actually going on.
Okay.
Just, I mean, we used to have a council package, and they could come in, they got the same council package that you had, they could go through it and look at everything, you know, but we don't have that anymore. Like, since you guys got your iPad and things, they don't print out, council packets
But
anymore.
think of all those trees we've saved.
Yeah, but all the
I'm
ash-
just
all the
teasing you.
ash trees are gonna have to cut down.
We'll be able to go back to the papers again? No, we will see what we can do to correct that so people do know what's going on or why we're doing it. So, it's a legitimate question.
Just let them know we're taking care of sidewalks, but only the ones I get complaints on. so.
Well, Doug,
Okay.
I might mention here that even if people don't have a computer, I've had people call me and say they can't find any council members' phone numbers because people have cell phones, and I said, well, look on the website for the city. Oh, I didn't see it, and it's right there under council, so I mean, to some degree, if they really are hungry, they'll come and eat. Otherwise, they just wanna complain.
I understand that, believe me, I understand that.
So if they wanna go on the website, every council member's phone number is listed right there, plus their email addresses.
mine under your ticket?
Yours
You mean you haven't been getting any phone calls?
Oh, maybe I should turn it on.
No, those are legitimate questions, Doug, and we'll see what we can do to correct it for you. Otherwise, just direct